So I recently purchased a PS Vita 2000, did an unboxing video, check out in the top corner, and yeah, I had my first impressions in that video. So now that I've used it for roughly 1 week, here are my thoughts on the PS freaking Vita. So this is already like a jailbroken version that has all the jailbroken apps, such as the PKG store, which is basically how you download all your Vita games. It has Adrenaline to run PSP games, PS1 games, even SNES, Game Boy games even. All you can run it on this guy right here. So that's why I kind of feel like this is one of the greatest emulation devices that it exists, until you realize that you could basically do the same things with an Android phone. So why would you want a PS Vita instead of just using an Android phone that you can get for pretty cheap, around the same price even, and but it does more, plus it's newer, probably better screen, and etc. The PS Vita was, in my opinion, just ahead of its time, and that's kind of the main reason why it died out in the first place, which is just unfortunate. It had so many cool things at the time in 2011. For example, a touchscreen interface. It had OLED back then as well. This version doesn't have OLED. The older version had OLED. That was interesting. It also had a SIM card slot for you to put a SIM card and use your device on the go with internet without worrying about a Wi-Fi connection. This was the ultimate media device, consumption device, back in 2011. That was roughly when the iPad just came out, and yeah, this was the guy that every teenager, every kid, every even adult wanted. So why did it fail? So a teeny tiny little history lesson. Back in the day, Sony was bossing it in the market with their handhelds. The PSP was one of the most greatest handhelds. Everyone owned it, and it was very successful. The problem is it wasn't the best, because there was another big boy in the market, Nintendo. They were dropping handhelds as if they were just giving free mint at that point. There was so many every year. I think they had one. I think at one point they had two in a year. So Nintendo was just there. I mean, since the Game Boy days, and then the Nintendo DS, and then there were so many iterations of the DS. Not all were successful, but they just kept on going, and that's when they're still in the top in the handheld market. So PlayStation were always in competition with Nintendo, always coming up short, but they were still doing pretty good. You know, the PSP was just doing great until PSP Go came out, but it wasn't good enough. And then came the time to reveal the next generation of handheld gaming, the PS Vita 1000, and everyone was excited. Sadly, it kind of flopped. Now, there's nothing wrong with the device. The device, even in 2023, I gotta admit, it doesn't feel old. Maybe I have my nostalgia glasses on, I don't know. It feels so good. Like, the buttons are very clicky. They kind of feel like Nintendo Switch, and also the PlayStation backbone controller feels exactly the same. The buttons are clicky. The device is comfortable to hold. I have a really large hand, and this just feels great to hold. The buttons are just chef's kiss. The screen is, I mean, for an LCD panel, is decent. I mean, back in the early 2010s, 2011s, this was not bad. So among the factors that made this fail essentially was, well, number one, the smartphone era was just beginning. Remember those days? Angry Birds, that crocodile water game? Remember that? People started to wonder, is the smartphone the handheld killer? Also, parents were starting to think, okay, shall I get my kid a PS Vita? Or an iPhone? Or an Android? I think you know what happens next. Another reason why the handheld failed, which is honestly the biggest problem with the Vita, there was no console selling games. So right now, if I mention the word PS5, I bet you're thinking of Marvel Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, Ratchet and Clank, the Uncharted series, The Last of Us. There's so many top tier Sony PlayStation game exclusives that you can name. And those guys, they single-handedly sold the PS5. Those were one of the reasons why people even bought PS5s. And even today, I just read an article where PS5 this year sold more than Xbox by more than 3 times the sales. So, says a lot, really. So that's the problem. There weren't any games that sold the device. I mean, yes, there was Uncharted. They made an Uncharted game called the Uncharted Golden Abyss. I played it a little bit. Not gonna lie, really good. That's about it. That's the only game so far that I've tried that really utilizes the Vita. It really markets the Vita as well, where you actually need to use the combat as a touchscreen, which is interesting. It uses gyroscope aiming as well, which I thought was interesting. And it also uses the touch panel at the back, which was pretty cool. And I think it came out first in the Vita before it got adopted by the PS4 controller. So interesting. And plus, for the PlayStation, these are like newer analog sticks compared to the ones in the PSP where they just slide. But that's about it. I mean, can you name any exclusives that came out for the PS Vita that you would buy a Vita for? No. I mean, there was a game called Gravity Rush, which was interesting, but other than that, yeah, it just wasn't enough back in the day. Plus the price back then as well. People just decided, you know what, it's better just to get a smartphone that does more. And hence began the death of the Vita, which is just kind of sad, really unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, despite its early death, there's been a sort of a revival for the PS Vita in recent times. Now, the main reason why this thing is still so good, people are still buying this, it's still alive essentially, it's because of the jailbreaking community. That's right, the homebrew community, if you want to say it that way. Now, to be fair, in the early days of using the PS Vita, jailbreaking this was tough. Like, you actually need to connect to your PC, and then from there you gotta do a bunch of stuff that is very sus. And any wrong move could entirely brick your device. But through the years, it got a lot better. Now you can just do it through the browser of the PS Vita, which is just insane. So far, from the games that I tried, I'm not even joking, there could be thousands of games inside here. Not even kidding. So the games that I've tried so far are PSP games, PS1 games, Game Boy Advance games. Like I tried Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the Game Boy, and it looked good. You can do a lot in this, and it's just amazing. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that this guy can do. All you gotta do is turn it on as such, and then you're greeted with the home screen, and you gotta swipe to unlock, and you're in the app freaking library, which is very cool. So considering this was in the early 2011s, it was trying to sort of emulate a smartphone experience. So in your first page, you got your welcome, your PS Store, the browser, which still works. It's got so many cool things, especially like the social apps. It's got friends, messages, and party, which was all just built to make the gaming experience so much better, where you can actually go in a voice call using a PS Vita, like inbuilt party chat in your PS Vita. How cool is that? And obviously you got messages and two cool things, PS4 Link and a PS Remote Play. That's right, this handheld can remote play natively and play games natively. And then you got your parental guidance, and then you got videos, music, photos, all of this available in the PSP. Back in the day, you could do the same. Cool thing about photos is, well, the fact that there's a camera. I mean, it is okay. Yeah, this is the. I'm not sure how many 5 megapixels, I think, or maybe even lesser, maybe 2. So the cool thing is that this thing has a back camera and a front camera. So you just click that. Now you can see that. This is the resolution. I'm not sure if you can tell the difference. I mean, this is the DJI. This is the PS Vita. I mean, it was still pretty cool that you can do all these things. It's got a freaking content manager where you can sort of manage your stuff in your memory card, copy content from your PC or your PlayStation. Like, look at that. This thing was pretty freaking advanced at the time. So you can transfer file between your PS3, your PC, and an online storage. I don't know what this is. The NASNE system. I don't know what that is, but you can do that. So it was pretty cool. Look at that. You can manage content in memory card or copy content. Very, very cool. And then it's got Near, which was a very curious app where it basically showed or use Near to find out what people are around you are playing, which was interesting. So basically, if let's say nearby people are all playing, I don't know, COD, then I guess you can find out and buy the game and sort of play with them, I guess. I'm not sure how that worked, but I guess that's how it worked. There's also a calendar app, email, and then comes the jailbreak part. So this is already pre-jailbroken by the seller, so that's pretty cool. So it's got a TF card plugin because, yeah, the PS Vita, another reason why people didn't like it is the proprietary SD cards that were so expensive. So in the latest versions, there's another way to sort of put it in the PS Vita game slot instead. I'm not going to take it out, but yeah, you can do that. You can find sort of like an adapter and then stick a normal SD card that you currently can use, stick it in, and booyah, you're good to go. So a couple of things. Some of this, I don't know what they are, but they sort of, I guess, hold the PS Vita in place. Alright, I forgot to put the volume. So this is how it sounds. I mean, pretty decent, not like current level smartphone good, but you know, at the time, pretty decent. Now I'm going to show you Adrenaline, which is a very cool jailbreak. Yeah, it essentially is a PSP launcher. So now my Vita has turned into a PSP. How freaking cool is that? It had a comic reader? What? So that's so cool. In PSN store, I mean, they don't work, but it's cool to see that they have it. And obviously the games. Now the games that are available are pretty cool. So there's X-Men Legends, Rise of the Apocalypse, SmackDown Raw. I have no idea what this is. Tekken 6, Sonic Rivals 2, Need for Speed Underground Rivals. Oh my god, I remember this game. I played it on PC from my cousin's laptop. Oh my god, Naruto, Monster Hunter, Freedom 2, Midnight Club 2, there's so many, Iron Man 2, so many games, GTA, Liberty City Stories, Vice City, Gran Turismo. They have so many games. Alien vs. Predator, and PS1 games, Grand Theft Auto PS1. How insane is that? We're gonna try this one. As you can see, the screen is it's smudged. I mean, that's one. Oh my god, I forgot. That's right, it has the OG PS1 startup. I mean, come on. I've never actually played the first GTA. It's so interesting to see how it is. God, look at the old text and all that. Jeez, look at that. What? Okay. What the heck? Okay. Troy. No, let's go with Troy. Yeah, why not? Liberty City. How that? I remember it's like a top-down game, but oh my god. Okay, the controls are weird. I like how there's no voices, it's just that weird little screen. So left and right turns the character. X moves the character. This is, so what's up and down then? Up and down doesn't do anything. Circle is punch. Triangle walks back. That's so weird. Oh my god. This is so weird. This is made for the PS1. I remember there's a Game Boy version. So square enters a car. How do you drive? Okay, so the movement is similar to driving a car. Oh, how do you reverse? Triangle to reverse. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. GTA 1, ladies and gentlemen. Look at how far we've come from. And right now we're actually waiting for GTA 6. What the hell? This is... Can I punch someone? Nope. Can I? Hey, I can punch people. I don't know if you can even see it, but yeah. So that was GTA. Quit the game. I mean, really shows you the capabilities of the Vita. Like, it's so nice. Okay, so I'm gonna show you Game Boy. It has Game Boy SP Games 2, and it launches via the PSP portable interface, which is just, I just love it. Look at the amount of games available. Avatar: The Last Airbender. My god, Barbie, Batman Begins. Oh, I played that. I remember that. Oh, I wonder if it has Spider-Man, Star Wars. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This was my childhood. Oh, hold on. This is so cool. Oh my god. And again. Oh. This is insane. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Oh my god. Like, I like how it looks decent as well, because I remember playing this on a tiny screen on the Game Boy Micro, and it looks decent. I mean, oh my god. Wait, can I use the analog sticks? I can. Oh my god, this is so cool. Circle. And then exit PS emulator, and that's easy. And then you want to close apps because these will be on in the background, so you just have to swipe it. Now you close the app. That's pretty cool. And if you want to check out PS Vita games, this is your godsend right here, the PKG app. So this is how you download PS Vita games. As you can see, there are tons of games. Oh my god. This is insane. And quit. So these are the games that were downloaded on Uncharted, God of War, Amazing Spider-Man, Lego Lord of the Rings, Assassin's Creed Liberation. FIFA is available. FIFA 22. Now this is a modded version, I think, of this. This is so cool. Okay, I'm going to try one game for you guys. Let's try Uncharted. Yeah, I'm going to show you Uncharted. Now, if I'm not mistaken, for the Uncharted that was made for this, it wasn't done by Naughty Dogs. It's done by a different company. Yeah, Bend Studios. So that was interesting. So the Uncharted Golden Abyss, which is actually a 2011 game, which is a prequel to the Uncharted games, which is, god, the music as well. Oh yeah, so this thing really heavily relies on all of the Switch's controls. So it really wants me to use the touchscreen, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. And this is the game. I mean, for 2011 on a handheld, I mean, considering what Nintendo DS was doing, and this is capable, I mean, just So it just gyroscopic aiming, as you can see over here. Look at that. That is sick. That is kind of sick. Adds the accuracy as well. And I think there's also certain uses of the touchscreen during combat. I mean, it looks pretty good for a game on handheld, man. I'm just saying. I mean, this just straight up is Uncharted. I mean, there's no difference to what I am used to. Obviously, the graphics are not as good as games nowadays, which is fine. I mean, I don't mind. I'm not complaining. God. Now come. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Like, the gyro aiming is just, it helps so much. Because my analog aiming sucks. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? Oh, yeah. And if you want to lean across edges, you tilt the device. Look at that. Like, it really uses all the PS Vita controls, which is just insane. Quit the game, you go over here. And the thing is, you can just quit the game and do other things and then come back and just continue where you left off. Like I said, guys, this was ahead of its time. That is roughly what the PS Vita can do, which is just, it blows my mind, really, considering there's so much that can be done. I mean, yes, you can emulate games on your Android, but it won't be as good as this. I love the days when we could actually like put our devices in our pockets and just carry it around wherever we want. That's what made these truly portable. I mean, thanks to Nintendo, that's keeping the handheld console market alive. I mean, but you gotta think about it. This thing is amazing, but look at how huge this thing is. I mean, yes, it's basically a portable PC, but the past week I've been using this guy more than this guy. I mean, look at the size difference, for crying out loud. I mean, look at this. This thing barely even fits on the screen. But obviously I love the Steam Deck. I love what it can do. I just wish Sony could somehow make a Frankenstein version of what the Steam Deck can do, and plus the library of games from Sony's PlayStation. I mean, that device would bang, absolutely bang. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. If you want to win yourselves a Vita, do subscribe. I might give one away. You never know. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.